fam, and welcome to a new video. In this video, we are going to start off in Brazil, head on over to Nigeria, chill there for just a little bit, and then go to Japan. From Japan, I was thinking we'd go to Mexico, but once I was there, I was just like, oh, maybe I should go to Sweden instead first. So I went to Sweden, came back to Mexico, and that's where we ended this journey. And all of this was within 24 hours. How did I manage to do this? Through books. Yeah. So in this video, I read 5 translated books from 5 of these countries, which are 5 different continents. So I was very proud of myself for doing that. And I had such a good time doing it. I read some amazing books. I went out and also got my nails done, and I ate some yummy food, which I show you in the clips coming forward. But this is basically the first episode of my Around the World in Books series, which I hope to do. So I hope you enjoy it. This theme was essentially like translated literature, but if there's any other theme that like you can think of, then please do let me know. I would just love to do this because this was just the best experience. Also, this was all done within 24 hours, so it was a 24-hour readathon. So if you enjoyed this, please do let me know. Hit the like button, comment down below, all of that sort of stuff. But for now, head on over to Smriti from like the past. Hello and welcome to Brazil. I'm kidding, I'm still at home, but I am going to be starting reading my book. It is 10:08. If you can see the time here, I don't know if you can. Anyway, it's 10:08. I'm going to start reading at 10:15, and I'm going to have 24 hours to try to read as many books as I can from all of the continents. So we are currently in Brazil, as I said. I'm going to start reading Clarice Lispector's book, which is called The Hour of the Star. It was her last ever like book that she ever wrote, which was released like posthumously, and I honestly have never read from her, but I've heard such amazing things about her as an author. I've heard that she's so experimental, and all of the things that she's written is just so like out of this world in terms of like never been experienced before sort of stuff. So I'm really excited. Honestly, I have no idea what the book is about, so I'm gonna have to come back to you very quickly with those thoughts. But yeah, and I'm gonna do that. Okay. About an hour and a half in, and I have just read 30 pages. I am feeling incredibly dumb right now because this book is super meta, and I am having to read the same thing at least like 5 times to like fully like grasp everything. But the good thing is that I'm really liking it. Like, I think that it's really well done, and I think that it's going to be like really amazing and all of that sort of stuff. But I'm gonna have to take my time with this one, which is not very conducive for a 24-hour readathon. So haha. But the good news is, which I did not know before, that this book is only like 80 or 90 pages. So why would they call this a novel? Why didn't they just call it a novella? I don't understand. But like, this is good because even though I am taking an hour and a half to read 30 pages, I'm still gonna like, you know, finish it soon enough, hopefully. So yeah, so I'm just gonna not even get like distracted by my phone, which I was a little. Honestly, I was just replying to people and stuff, and get back to reading. Hi, I am about almost reaching hour 3, and well, I finished the book though, so that's great. So I finished one book in 3 hours. And the book was like probably the shortest that ever was. Like, it was 81 pages, and well, and what did I think of it? That's why I'm going for a shower, because I feel like I need to think about my thoughts in the shower uh, because I feel like I loved the book, but I also like did not understand it, but I also understood it, but I also did not. It's super meta. And I'm gonna get into the shower, get out, and then talk to you about it. So I think I'm gonna have to give this book a 5 star. I know it's ridiculous. Like, I don't know what it is about this book, but honestly, it's like a book that I have never read before. And I totally get what people were saying about like Clarice Lispector and how she's like such a strange but like amazing writer. I want to like definitely pick up all of her works now. And I definitely want to read this book again because I feel like it's going to be that sort of book that gives you like so much each and every time you pick it up. Because like I'm telling you, this book is like 81 pages, which includes like the translator's note and like the afterword and like forward. You know what I mean? It's so small, but it's so like wonderfully written in terms of like just the prose, but also like the meta-ness and how like complicated it is, but also really simple. So let me just like try to explain what this book is about, though like it's really small, so I don't really want to give out too much. But essentially we are following this writer, this man called Rodrigo, who is writing this book. And initially in the first part, we are literally in his mind. So we are like seeing him type it out, and later on we find out it's basically him like dictating to like a typist. And like he's basically talking about how he wants to write about this one girl who's from like northeastern Brazil, and like she's very poor, and like basically starts like sketching out like her life. And it's really meta because like there are like you're reading it and you're just like, bro, this is like too complicated. And like then it goes like, I know I'm making it complicated, and you're like, wait, what? So it's like having this weird conversation with the person. It's really strange, and like yeah, it's very meta. So essentially like he starts sketching out this person's life, and starts talking about like the themes of like poverty, but also like class and knowledge and beauty and I don't know, the sense of belonging and what that means to be like human, and just like so many things. Honestly, like I'm telling you, just like so many things were packed into this technically 77-page book. That's why I took so long to like read it, because I just was like reading everything so like carefully and like, over and over again. But yeah, this book was just an absolute revelation. A really terrible choice for a 24-hour readathon, because I feel like this is going to get stuck with me in like my mind space for a while. So initially I thought that from Brazil we would move to Mexico, but instead I think I'm gonna go to Nigeria to read like a chiller sort of book. So I'm gonna find that book first, and then start reading it, and come back to you with thoughts. But I'm back home and I am on hour 11. I don't know if you can see this. You can't. It's not focusing. I don't know. It's fine. We are on hour 11 and I am in the middle of the third book, which means that I'm going very slowly. Like, this is supposed to be a 24-hour readathon, but I'm supposed to read as many books as I can, but like clearly I'm very behind, but that's fine because I had a great day. I had a very good like self-care sort of day. So I went to the nail salon and got my nails done, and like I don't know if you can see them, but I got like this cute little like nail with the ghost thingy. I thought it was really cute. But yeah, I did that, and then I went to a restaurant, and I went to one of my favorite restaurants, which is the Japanese restaurant called Izumi. So started reading my third book there, which is a Japanese book. So while like I'm enjoying this experience, I think like logistically we are like all over the place, because we started off in Brazil, then we went to Nigeria, and then we're in Japan, and mostly after this we're going to Sweden. I don't know what's happening, but like it's fine. It's we're not actually going there, we're just reading the books. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the second book once I finished it, but I was really shy to film in public. I was like, how do I do this? So I'm just going to talk to you about it now. So the second book that I read is Sin is a Puppy That Follows You Home by Balaraba Ramat Yakubu, which is one of the first books that are translated from Hausa, which is a language in Nigeria, to English. And Hausa is basically like a mix of like Arabic and like another language. I don't know. Yeah, wait.
That is not correct.
So it's written in two different scripts, a modern Arabic alphabet and a modern Latin alphabet called Boko. And apparently in the 1980s, in the city of Kano, which is where this book is set, there was a huge boom in the publishing of Hausa fiction, especially with like these pulp fiction books, which were apparently inspired by a lot of like Hindi Bollywood films. So it's very dramatic. So yeah, this book definitely was. It was very like telenovela, but very like, you know, like, oh, this drama happened and this drama happened and all of that sort of stuff. But essentially the book follows like this one family of sorts, where this one guy who's been with this lady for like 23 years or like longer. He just has never given a shit about like his family. He only cares about himself. And essentially at one point of time he's like, okay, I'm going to take on like the second wife, which is a normal thing in the like society over there. But he treats the first wife, which is the main lady called Rabi, really badly, and treats the kids really badly. He has 9 kids with her, and treats them all like really terribly. And it's basically about like how they go on with their lives and continue to be like better human beings, and like basically karma comes and like bites him in the ass, and all of that sort of stuff. And it's also about like his other like kids. So like there's one particular daughter of his who's like one of the main protagonists and all of that sort of stuff. So it was really interesting. It was like fun. It was definitely way more fun than the previous book, which really got me thinking. This one was just like fun because I was seeing people like beat each other up, and like there was like weird domestic fights and all of that sort of stuff. Of course, it's not like the most feminist thing on the face of the earth, but like it's fine. I can understand that it was like part of a culture, it's part of a time, but it was entertaining enough. I gave it a 3-star. Just good, fun, chill vibes, you know what I mean. And then the next book that I am reading right now, we have gone to Japan for, and that is The Girl in the Purple Skirt by the name over here. I'm forgetting what it's called, but I'm about halfway through almost, and I'm really liking it. It's basically about this one woman's obsession with this one girl in the purple skirt, and she basically like kind of like follows her around, and we get to understand more about the girl in the purple skirt, but we're getting it from the perspective of this girl in the yellow cardigan. And it's sort of like almost, because like there's a lot of like you going on, you know, like the TV show and the book, etc. going on. It's giving me very Joe Goldberg vibes. I've not read the books, but I've seen the TV series, so it's giving me very like that's the sort of tone and like all of that, like I want you to do good and I'm trying to help you, and so you know what I mean, like it's giving me that sort of like vibe fully. So let's see where this goes, but I think that it's going to be quite interesting. I'm also listening to the audiobook on Scribd, so that is going really well as well. I really like the narrator, so let us see. I will be back shortly with the thoughts. I finished the third book. amazing. And I really liked it, and I'm going to talk to you about it. But what I'm also going to do is make myself some coffee, because it is almost 12, and I am going to want to sleep at some point of time. So I just need some coffee in my system to make sure that I don't do that and I finish the rest of the books. So what I thought I would do is make myself some Vietnamese coffee. So I don't have like the coffee that we're supposed to make with the Vietnamese coffee, but I'm going to show you how I make it. So I have filter coffee here, which I've already prepared. So it's sort of like Vietnamese coffee where they pour it and then it percolates. It's just an Indian sort of thingy. So I'm just going to pour that in right now. Like so. And then, so I have the coffee here. And then what I do is it's so simple. I just put ice. I just put a bunch of ice inside. There we go. So we have ice inside this. And then I have this jar of condensed milk that I am going to just take like 2 large chunks of like spoons of condensed milk and put that in and then mix it all together. That's basically how you make Vietnamese coffee. It's like coffee with condensed milk, and it's really yum. It's so good. It's like sweet, but like in the best sort of way. So I'm going to, while like the condensed milk goes into the thing, into the jar. Let me show you what I'm dealing with here. It's just like sitting like this. It's just not. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the book. So as I said, this book, essentially we are following it from the perspective of this like woman in the yellow cardigan who is essentially stalking the woman in the purple skirt. And we basically see how she is like sort of obsessed with this person and is trying to make the other, like the women in the purple skirt, like her life better. And a lot of stuff starts happening in the women in the purple skirts. Now I just have like a lot of condensed milk on this finger and I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. I left it off. So yeah, so it's interesting how it goes then. It was very eerie because it felt like I was doing the stalking, because it was written from the stalker's perspective. So it was really like, I was like, is this like, ooh, we know a lot of things about this person. This is really weird. But also I was like, okay, but then what happens? You start getting like slightly like invested in this person's life as well. So it's like, I found it to be very, very interesting. I thought that the writing was nice. I really sped through it. It also like spoke about stuff like of gossip and like work culture and like yeah, just all of that sort of stuff as well. It was nice. I think I'd give it maybe like a 3.5 to 4 stars. I really liked it. It was like about a bit more than like 200 pages and I really zoomed through it. I also really liked the audiobook. So yeah, I am now gonna start reading another book. I don't know which one yet, but I think it's most probably going to be the one from Sweden or the one from Mexico. I will tell you very shortly. We've hit a problem. I am sleepy. But oh god, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But we're gonna work through it. I think I'm gonna have to like get up and start like exercising or something like that, like do like squats or some shit like that. But I have decided to read the book from Mexico that I was referring to a bunch of times, and that is Umami by Laia Jufresa. And this is a book that like I found on Storygraph, because like it was one of those books that were like recommended to me, and I just thought the concept that was there in the about section of the book was just so interesting. So basically we're following a bunch of people who are living in like a compound of sorts where there are like 5 houses, and each of the houses are named after like the 5 flavors of food. So like there's, wait, let me open this stuff up. Yeah, so it's sour, bitter, sweet, salty, and umami. And those are the houses, and also apparently the tenants who live in these houses they sort of like reflect the flavor as well. I don't know how that works yet, but I am like 49 pages into the book. So I'm like I don't quite know much so far, but I'm gonna continue reading and also like get up, I guess, and start doing stuff, because if I lie down I'm just gonna sleep. So I fell asleep, and as you can see, we have only an hour left. So it's good that I fell asleep because I have to go to the dentist now and get a root canal. And like, if I did not sleep, I think I would have been worse off. Anyway, I finished the fourth book, which is basically, I was reading Umami and then I was like, I cannot do this right now, so I started reading like An Elderly Lady Should Not Be Crossed, I think. Yeah, which is basically like the sequel to An Elderly Lady's Up to No Good, which basically follows like this 89-year-old woman who like is single and alone, and she kills people who she doesn't like. Uh, she's a grandma serial killer. It's like, it's amazing. So I read the first book a couple of months ago and I absolutely loved it. It was just so fun, not in terms of like a literary masterpiece or just like anything like that, but just like in terms of the concept itself. And also I just really like the character. I really like Maud, who is the character. I just like the way that she thinks. I think it's like, if you don't like people sometimes and if people irritate you, then this is the perfect like balm, because she ends up like, you think of killing them, she ends up doing it, but she doesn't do it for like stupid like, she has her reasons for doing it. Okay. So yeah, so basically I read that first book then, and this is like the sequel, which basically follows like the same turn of events but like a bit later, and it has like interconnecting stories. So I thought that I would read like one story or two stories and then go back to Umami, but I just like love Maud so much that I just continued reading it, and it was a really short read as well. So I was reading it and I fell asleep. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to start reading Umami now, and like I was just nodding off. So I fell asleep. Sort of failed in terms of like reading it within 24 hours, but I am still like about 43% in through Umami, and I am gonna get ready now and try to read on the way to the what's it called, the dentist, because it is gonna take me like 40 minutes or 30 minutes to reach her. So maybe like I finish it on the way. I don't know. Hello and welcome to Bombay traffic. Hi, I'm stuck in the car, and as you can see, I don't know, can you see? Yeah. I just have about 15 minutes left to finish this damn book. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm probably going to try to read a little more at the dentist, and let's see how that goes. But you know, I'm just gonna have to finish it in a little more than 24 hours, and that's fine. That's totally cool. So I'm gonna continue. Is this weird for you because you can't see my mouth moving because like it's here? You know what I mean? But it's fine. Anyway, I was just gonna say that I'm gonna end this now, and I'm gonna send you over to Future Smriti to wrap shit up. But this has been fun, right? This has been fun. I've taken you around. It's been great. Okay. I've come back from the dentist, but I'm in Spain with the S being silent. So I'm gonna come back to you later with my thoughts about the entire book and wrapping things up. Hi! We are now going to talk about the book that I finished yesterday but didn't want to speak to you about because of my root canal. So I technically finished the book in a little more than 24 hours, but that's fine. I hope that you will not like hold this on top of me and just be like,
"Ah, you didn't finish 5 books in like 24 hours. You technically did 4.5."
but like, Chalna. Anyway, point is that this book I liked, but I wish that I could have liked this more because it had just so much of potential. It just like I am definitely gonna pick up any of her other works because I think that she's just done like such a great job, but I don't think that it was like sold in the way that it should have. So okay, so basically the book is about this guy who is like an anthropology professor, and he basically has this plot of land where he has now built like 4 other houses, and he's the one who discovered like umami, which is the other flavor, but like and brought it to like Mexico, like and speaks about it and all of that sort of stuff. So like he tries to make it like a tongue thing, like his whatever. I'll show you the thing over here. So yeah, so and he names like each of the houses based on like the sorts of tastes that there are and all of that sort of stuff. But I thought that this book was really nice because it's more of a like a character study and more of like a like getting to know the characters, and all of these characters are in their own way going through their own losses, be it a loss of a child or of a sister or of a like spouse or of like a mother because she's like left them, and just like or like just like loss of like who you are and all of that. I feel like the term and like the theme of loss was just really profound and really big throughout this book. I also felt like it just was written so well. Like there were so many points which I like highlighted, and I was just like, wow, this is like some really really good stuff. And unfortunately, being a person who's gone through a lot of grief in their life, I feel like this is something that like I also like strongly related to. There were so many points where I was just like, yeah, like completely, I totally get that. However, in terms of like plot, there wasn't much. There was like, of course, it was like, oh, it was kind of alluding to something that happened which didn't really fully get covered, and I was just like confused as to like where this was going. But I still like really appreciated it in terms of like the like writing and all of that sort of stuff. But it wasn't like an absolute like banger. It wasn't like 5 stars. I would give this maybe like a 3.5. 3.5 I think would be better because there were some like quotes in this, and like the characters are going to stay with me for a really really long time. I really grew to love the characters, and I really liked the way that the characters were fleshed out. But I just wish like the ending would have been better, and like just like there was more cohesiveness to it all. But yeah, that's basically that in terms of like the 5 books that I've read. So I think overall my 24 hours were amazing. I got like my nails done, I had amazing food. Oh my god, it like ended with like a root canal, but you know, that's fine. So let me know if you enjoyed this. If you did, then please do give it like a thumbs up and like share it with your friends and be like, oh my god, look at this girl, she's doing 24-hour readathons and like she's so amazing, and I don't know, whatever you want to say. Uh, but that's about it. I will catch you in my next one. Let me know if there are any other like of these 24-hour readathons that you want me to do, or like if you have any other themes that you want me to do for like these around the world in books episodes. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you in my next video. Bye.